Are you a high school or even a college basketball player who gets bummed out when you don't achieve the goals you've set for yourself? Well, today we're going to talk about how to set goals that keep you constantly moving forward and focused on the process of becoming a better basketball player. Let's jump in and discuss. Welcome back to Hard Smart Together. I'm Coach Dave. I'm here every week to help basketball players become the smart, confident players that coaches love. So today we are talking about goal setting, and actually I'm going to cover a couple of different topics today, but it all kind of revolves around goal setting. And I don't know if you've ever set some goals for yourself that just you haven't achieved, and it's really bummed you out, and maybe it's derailed your progress, right? It's just made you not motivated to continue going down that road because you're like, oh, I'm just, I didn't achieve this goal this time. And those goals can be anything, right? But we're going to cover that today, and we're going to clear that up and give you some tips on goal setting that are going to help you continue moving forward and not get that bummed out feeling when you don't achieve a goal in the time frame that you have kind of set yourself up for. Now, before I jump into that, I always like to give a free gift. So today's no different. I've got a checklist of the 8 most important skills that I think you can bring to the table as a basketball player that's really going to make you stand out as one of those smart, confident players to coaches. And it's a checklist of skills, but it's not just the skills. I also have some ways that you can implement those skills, okay? Ways that you can show those skills off to coaches. These are intangible skills that you can do, and really, this is the off season. This is a great time to be working on bringing those skills forward so that next season you're ready to kind of show them off. So there's kind of some ways to practice those. You can scan the QR code below. I'll put a link in the description below. Or if you're on the podcast, just simply go to hardsmarttogether.com/intangibles. Again, it's hardsmarttogether.com/intangibles. So I'll get you that checklist. So goal setting. It's interesting. I just talked about the URL of my website, Hard Smart Together. And so this is the second thing I'm going to cover today. So often I get asked, like, why did you name, your podcast, your YouTube channel, your website, Hard Smart Together? Well, when I was first starting to coach a high school team, I was, as you know, I love to ingest as many, books, videos, materials of great coaches, basketball history, things of that nature. And so I was gifted a book called The Carolina Way. And The Carolina Way was all about Coach Dean Smith, who was a long time one of the greatest coaches ever in college basketball for North Carolina. And you've probably heard the term play hard, play smart, play together. That's a term that's thrown around a lot in the world of basketball. But that's where it comes from. Coach Dean Smith is actually the one that coined those terms because that's what he wanted his teams to focus on. Playing hard, playing smart, and playing together. And it's really one of the first books I read once I was a high school basketball coach. And so the first team I took over in high school, I think I've said this before, they weren't really very good when I took over. But I made the mistake as kind of a younger coach of sitting them down, and we came up with goals that we wanted for that first season together. And our goals were goals that maybe we didn't have complete control over. Those goals were, compete for a championship. I think we wanted to win league. Make the NorCal playoffs, There may have been some goals around all league players, things of that nature. There were definitely goals around wins versus losses. How many wins did we want to have? And this is a team that for years hadn't really won a lot. But I was a pretty, young and egotistical coach, and I had a lot of hungry players, so we made these goals. And it wasn't far into the season that I realized, hey, we've set ourselves up for, some disappointment here and not achieving these goals. So maybe I did a poor job with my team of goal setting. So I went back to something I learned from Dean Smith. And I said, hey guys, we've put too much pressure on ourselves. We've set ourselves up for failure with these goals that we had. We're going to reset. We're going to have a whole new set of goals. And those goals were to play hard, play smart, and play together. And we kept ourselves accountable to those goals no matter if we were in a practice, at the end of a week, at the end of a game, at the end of a tournament, throughout tournaments, throughout the season. Everything we did, all we had to say is, did we play hard? Did we put in all the effort we could? Are we all here and playing hard? Did we play smart? We were implementing a lot of new concepts for these players. And so we wanted them to be, really smart basketball players. Well, were we playing smart? Were we implementing those concepts in a smart way on the floor? And did we play together? Were we a really cohesive team? Were we there for each other? Did we support each other? Did we push each other? So as long as we could look each other in the eye, and at the end of a practice or at the end of the day, answer, yes, we played hard, we played smart, and we played together, well then, we were achieving our goals. Okay? Reset our goals from the goals we had at the beginning of the season to, not even mid-season. It was at the beginning of the season we reset to those accountable goals. So maybe you've set some goals for yourself that you don't have complete control over. What could those be? I'm going to score a certain amount of points per game, right? I'm going to make all-league team. I'm going to be a starter. I'm going to get recruited to a certain college, okay? It could be any of those things, but if you don't have complete control over those things, and let's take some of those as an example. Getting recruited to a certain college, maybe they don't have any scholarships left. Maybe they've filled the role on the team that maybe they were recruiting you for. Maybe you're just not a great fit for that program or that school. There's a lot of things that go into that. Scoring a certain amount of points. Well, you have to get the playing time. You have to be injury free. Your coach's philosophy has to fit into you scoring those points. There's a lot of things that are out of your control. So what we want to do is shift from goals that maybe we don't have complete control over to goals that we have complete control over. So to use the example of my team early on, we went from results-based goals, winning a certain amount of games, playing for a championship, those types of goals, right? Making the playoffs. We went from results-based goals to process-based goals, playing hard, playing smart, and playing together. And let me tell you something, by focusing on process-based goals, we actually ended up achieving those other goals. Not necessarily that season, but as the seasons progressed and as the program built, we started to achieve those goals that we had for ourselves in the beginning. So it's not bad to dream about these things, all league teams and championships and things of that nature. But for your goals, when you set out, we're at the beginning of the off season. What's your goals for the off season? What's your goals for next season? Let's give another example of, results-based goals versus process-based goals. Maybe your coach has told you you need to really come back and be a better shooter in order to get more playing time. Results-based goals would be like, okay, I'm going to shoot 40% from the three-point line next season. I'm going to shoot 50% from the field overall, and I'm going to shoot 80% from the free throw line. Maybe those are goals that you have for yourself. And then, so therefore, I'm going to get I'm going to play 20 minutes a game next season. Well, you don't have complete control over those things. But I'll tell you what you do have control over. Reset those goals to process-based goals. This offseason, I'm going to get up 300 jumpers a day. I'm going to get up 100 free throws a day. I'm going to spend, 10, 15 minutes before every shooting workout on form shooting. I'm going to spend, 2 hours a week with my trainer. I'm going to, there's a lot of things that you can focus on, goals that are process-based. Those goals will not frustrate you because guess what? If you focus on those process-based goals, you just might achieve the results goals that you had for yourself in the first place. But I don't want you focusing or even necessarily, thinking about the results-based goals. Think about the process. Focus on the process. Start setting yourself process-based goals so that those dreams and those goals that you aspire to do not disappoint you if they don't come along. You can be disappointed if you set goals for yourself that are process-based that you're not upholding. If you say, I want to get up 300 shots a day, and you're getting up, 100 shots a week, well, you can be disappointed in that, and then you can adjust. These are goals that will keep you moving forward. Okay, this week I didn't do that. I need to do it this week. And those goals continue, the process-based goals. So that is your tip for the week. Make your goals process-based, not results-based. Therefore, you will be more motivated, you'll continue moving forward, and you will focus on the process of being a better player, which will help you with all those dreams that you have as a basketball player. That's what I got for you this week. I love all the likes. I love all the mentions for this to a player, parent, a coach, somebody that you think might need to hear this video. If you've had this, put a comment below. Give me 3 of your process-based goals for this off season. Okay, that would be great to see. I want to see some process-based goals in the comments. And until next week, remember to play hard, play smart, and play together. See you next week.